just...
Ow! Ow.
Sorry.
You go that way, I go...
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Grey's Anatomy couples with the worst chemistry.
Oh, you've been telling me you don't want a relationship every day for weeks now, and I've been ignoring you.
For this list, we'll be looking at the couples whose romances lacked a solid plot and largely fizzled out on screen. Which Grey's Anatomy couple would you like to forget about? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, Leah Murphy and Arizona Robbins. When Leah was first introduced in Grey's Anatomy, she developed an obsession with Alex after their short fling. But after her return to the hospital, Leah turns her attention toward Arizona.
Oh my God. I can't believe you don't remember.
Well, I was drunk, and you're pretty...
We hung out.
Oh.
Their involvement comes out of nowhere, and Leah's attempts to get things going with Arizona don't work out.
I feel like I'm ready to take it further.
It's not a good idea.
We're not given any reason to consider them as a real romance either, because of how uncomfortable Arizona appears to be in Leah's presence. Since Arizona was going through a trial separation from Callie, her relationship with Leah was always going to be temporary. The two also lack romantic undertones, as their time together is overshadowed by Arizona's lingering feelings for Callie.
I misunderstood. I went overboard and I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
Leah.
Thank you for understanding.
Number 9, Callie Torres and Penny Blake. Penny and Callie get off to a rocky start due to her part in Derek's death. However, the pair put that drama aside to pursue a romance.
I'm here. If you are. I'm here too.
The problem is that Penny was introduced mainly to create a scenario for Callie to exit the series. This meant that the relationship has several stop-start moments where Callie just isn't as committed. Their pairing comes across as forced, especially as Callie suddenly goes all in with their relationship when it's time for Penny to move.
There is, always, long distance. That's true.
This adds a separate storyline of Callie's battle with Arizona for their daughter's custody, pushing Penny out of focus. Although they eventually move to New York, their romance fizzles out off screen, turning it pointless to begin with.
What's the point? What, 2 days, a week? We both know how this ends.
No, I don't.
Number 8, Jackson Avery and Stephanie Edwards. This pairing was clearly a diversion in the path of Jackson and April's love story.
We are entirely on the same page.
Great.
Jackson pursues Stephanie while April is dating Matthew, and their relationship kicks off without much of a setup. Although the show attempts to make them a steamy couple, there's a noticeable lack of spark between them.
Do you really think I want anyone to think I'm getting surgeries because I'm sleeping with my boss? I want to get them because of my awesomeness.
That's mainly because Jackson is still on the hook for April, leaving Stephanie without an emotional investment in their relationship. At best, the pair appear more like friends than lovers, and Jackson doesn't appear too interested in changing this dynamic.
Well, your uncle probably came back to work too early and didn't take the 2 days off that the doctor recommended.
I am a second-year resident. 16 hours is already more recovery time than I can afford. Go work. Leave me alone.
It didn't come as a surprise when he opted to pursue April over Stephanie. Breaking up right before Jackson professes his love for another woman is harsh, but shows how they were never right for each other.
I have known the two of you
What?
for quite some time. I'm sorry.
Stand up.
Number 7, Shane Ross and Cristina Yang. Some relationships can just be described as odd. Shane and Cristina definitely qualify here.
Are you offering to service me?
Sorry, it was inappropriate. It's just, for the sake of the work.
That's even worse. You're supposed to claim that you're in love with me or something.
They're never actually depicted as a real couple, with the attraction largely one-sided from Shane's end. After he proves himself as Christina's right-hand man in cardiology, she begins an affair with Shane to deal with her work-related stress.
You really know what you're doing.
You grading me?
Maybe I am a little. You're getting an A.
Cristina makes it clear that they will never be a real couple. Not that it stops Shane from trying anyway. The nature of their involvement is so forgettable that their relationship seems needless in retrospect. Shane ultimately follows Cristina to work for her in Switzerland, but that's simply to write him off the show and nothing to do with a potential romance between them.
You can say no, but I will badger you until you say yes.
Yes.
And I quit. Respectfully.
Number 6, Miranda Bailey and Eli Lloyd. Most fans are accustomed to watching Bailey in charge of her life. With Eli, however, it appeared as if she was letting him dictate their relationship without having much of a say.
This is a relationship. Things today were bad. We lean on each other when things are bad.
Eli pursues Bailey while she's on a break with Ben and pushes her to give him a chance. Bailey steps out of her comfort zone to make it work with Eli, but it's clear that she's reluctant to fall in love with him.
Are you free?
I am.
I mean, because, you don't have to come.
Wow.
Best invite ever.
Since the show already established how strong Bailey's feelings for Ben were, her pairing with Eli is clearly a stopgap. She ultimately does confront her love for Ben, ending the storyline with Eli as inexplicably as it started.
You're ending this. Whatever this is, it's ending.
Yes.
Number 5, George O'Malley and Olivia Jankovic. George is head over heels in love with Meredith during the show's first 2 seasons. Realizing she doesn't feel the same way, he tries to move on with Olivia.
I had a really good time the other night.
Yeah, me too.
A major problem here is that Olivia was never made out to be a character on her own. She switches between being a love interest for George and Alex. Since Olivia has no storyline centering around her, we're inclined to see her as George's second choice because he can't be with Meredith. Their relationship doesn't get a chance to start due to a number of, shall we say, unfortunate events.
You and Alex? You and Alex?
In the end, George openly admits he liked Meredith more than Olivia all along, making their pairing more awkward than it already was.
I say there's something between the two of you.
You're right, Mr. Murphy. There was.
Number 4, George O'Malley and Callie Torres. George and Callie prove that a couple might seem right for each other, but just don't go along well.
I'll call you later.
Sure.
When things start out, Callie is devoted to George and seems ideal for him. However, George is unable to keep up with how fast things are going, leading to their breakup.
Who am I to you, George? Am I your girlfriend? Am I somebody you mess around with? Do you even know?
This begins an on-off arc between them that culminates in a marriage neither is ready for. George realizes late that he was never in love with Callie. She might have been too safe for him since he always pursued unavailable women like Meredith and Izzy. They both move on relatively quickly afterward to show how little genuine feelings they had in their romance.
It happened, and you don't forgive me.
You're right. I don't.
Number 3, Teddy Altman and Owen Hunt. Teddy and Owen are great when they're just friends. They're also interesting when there's a conflict between them. When it comes to a healthy relationship, these two might just be the worst.
Oh my God, Owen, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Teddy relentlessly pursues Owen when he's with Cristina, temporarily shattering her friendship with him until she concedes defeat.
If I stayed, she said I could have you.
Meanwhile, Owen never pushes her away completely, always second-guessing if he might be in love with Teddy. Their romantic relationship has been highly turbulent, ranging from unplanned pregnancies to cheating scandals. Grey's Anatomy appears adamant to make fans think that these two are meant to be, but it seems like Owen and Teddy are better at antagonizing each other than being happy.
So much for love. So much for friendship. So much for trust.
Number 2, Jackson Avery and Maggie Pierce. Jackson and Maggie were Grey's Anatomy's way of pairing the Spares since neither was in a relationship at the time.
I love you, Maggie.
I love you too.
It's hard to root for a couple that's technically family, as Jackson and Maggie's parents were married. Even disregarding their step-sibling status, the two didn't have anything in common. Their intimate moments have no emotional connections attached to them, which turns it into a one-dimensional romance.
then get you home, walk you up onto the porch, open the door.
The only times that Jackson and Maggie show some passion is when they're arguing, and there are several because of their contrasting personalities. After a disastrous attempt to salvage their relationship with a trip, they admit they never really liked each other to begin with. We certainly agree.
So that's why we should just wait to talk.
Yeah, got it.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. George O'Malley and Izzy Stevens. Possibly the most controversial couple in Grey's Anatomy history, George and Izzy's romance didn't sit well with the fan base.
I love you too.
Going from the best of friends to romantic partners, the two behave very much out of character during their sudden interest in each other. After a drunken liaison, the pair begin acting like star-crossed lovers.
George, I promise you, you meant it. You meant it a lot. You meant it more than once.
The majority of their story is about the ethics of George being with Izzy while he's still married to Callie. Once he gets a divorce, the two almost instantly fizzle out, realizing they never had any chemistry. The end of George and Izzy's relationship also kills the strong friendship they'd once shared, as the two are rarely seen in each other's company afterward.
So we're saying maybe someday?
Yeah.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.